Okay, so this assignment is exercise 1.3 in the text, and your task is to draw a set of concentric pairs of squares, each consisting of a square with horizontal and vertical edges. So that's this regular square that's sitting on its side here, and then one rotated 45 degrees. That's this guy. Except for the outermost square, the vertices of each square are the midpoints of the edges of its immediate surrounding square. So the vertices of this, I'll call these rotated ones diamonds. So the vertices of this diamond are the midpoints of this outer square, right? So this is a midpoint of this square, and so on. And the same thing, then this square that's enclosed in the diamond, this vertex is the midpoint between these two vertices, like that. Okay, so it is required that all lines are exactly straight and that vertices of smaller squares lie exactly on the edges of larger ones. So I'm giving you kind of a skeleton of that you can use. So there's a exercise 3, and I just put a 0 on it because it's like, version 0, because it's your task to fix it up. And actually for this one you're not going to need to add anything. This is just the frame, right? So we're just it's the same kind of thing you've seen before, just we're sticking this canvas in it that goes for exercise 3. And I gave you a int graphics method that you can use. So this is going to be really all logical coordinates. You don't need to go into I'm sorry, all device coordinates. You don't need to go into logical coordinates for this guy. You can just use all integers and integer operations. So I'm put in, okay, so 4 really kind of shell methods for you to fill in. So we have update bounds, which basically the idea here is we're going to have coordinates for the, we have the center coordinates, and we have these left, right, top, and bottom coordinates. So let me go back to the picture again. So this for this outer square, x top is the x coordinate for this, I'm sorry, y top is the y coordinate that this line is on. So this this point right here has a y coordinate of y top. This point right here, right, the vertex of this inner square has a coordinate of y top, and this vertex has a coordinate of y top. Okay, but here the x coordinate is going to be x left, here the x coordinate is x center, and here the x coordinate is x right. Okay, so what else? So yeah, then you're going to have to figure out, well actually I have calculated out for you here what the max range is, so as big as the square can get. And you've seen something similar to this before too. We're getting the max x and max y and finding the minimum of those. Okay, we're calculating our center. And then, like I said, as you go through you want to update. And you can update based on the half height of the square. Which by that I mean, from here to here, from the center to the top, or from the center to the bottom. Okay, or any of those like half heights there. So it might help also. So you're gonna, one of the things that you're gonna have to figure out is how you're gonna iterate through, how you're gonna change the half height each time, right? Because you're gonna want to iterate through. You're gonna need a loop here, and change the value of the half height each time. So the way you might want to think about that is if you think of a grid here. It might help you to just actually get some grid paper out and draw this. But what you could do is say make a draw a square in here, and then and draw a diamond inside that. Okay, and so again, figuring out what your x left and all those things are. And then what is the next half height you need to get your diamond to draw just like this and like that. So maybe, let's see if I can, I think that what you want to do, if you draw it, let's see if I can get it to come up the way I want it to. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so then if we draw it so that it just touches, okay, notice this is a 2 by 2. So our half height for this one is 1. What's our half height for this guy? Okay, and then, draw the outer square. And then think about, so now to get to the next level, what do I have to do to the half height to make the next figure, to draw the diamond here. Okay, but again, like I said, play around with this on your own. And you might see it from this picture, but again, if not, I think it'd be helpful to just draw it on some grid paper. So just notice what's happening to this half height each time, here to here to here, okay? And then figure out what you want to do for your, for your updating, okay? And make sure you're taking care of your, you're calling your updates every time you, you're running through, or actually when you call your paint, and you're going to need to have your while loop in here and have all your updates and draws and everything inside that while loop.